all hear me? So my name is Mr. Privilege from Grad Consulting and Tutorials. I will be the host with regards to your AUI 4862 tutorial orientation seminar that was scheduled for 1900 p.m. tonight. So without any further ado, I just wanted to quickly take you through this presentation. And from then, we are going to have a practical discussion over one of the previous questions of assignment 3 for the 2025 academic year. So let me begin with the opening remarks. So who we are. So GradQuest Consulting is a private tutorial institution specializing in academic support for students from undergraduate level all the way to their PhD level. So our team comprised of highly qualified tutors across diverse fields of study that includes, of course, the economics, management, and social sciences faculty, which is the faculty that most of you enrolled under. Then, of course, there is IT, science and information technology faculty. That's your BSc and IT related faculty, as well, of course, the faculty of law. Our main objective goal is to ensure that students complete their qualifications in record time. We achieve this, of course, through personalized, value-driven tutoring services, which are designed to strengthen an understanding and academic performance. Our approach, we believe in teamwork. So hence, as you are currently in this structure, we are going to work as a team collaboratively so that we can be able to achieve the primary objective at the end of this academic year. All right, I just noticed some drawings. I'm not sure where that is coming from. Right. And then, of course, that is our website. So there's still background work that is taking place. So you'd notice when you click on the website link, it might not take you necessarily to the site as yet because there is background work that is still being done, but it will be live by the end of this month of March, right? This is what we're going to be looking into throughout this seminar. So I'll take you guys through the module content outline in AUI 4862. I'll also talk about the assignments within this module, the kind of structure that there is with respect to the assignments. And then, of course, I'll also talk about our tutorial services and so on and so on, right? So, okay, I noticed, I don't know whether it's Humut, so there's some drawings that are coming up. Right. So without any further ado, colleagues, this is your module or content outline. So when we talk of module content outline, I'm really basically referring to the assumed knowledge in this AUI 4862 that you're going to be expected to know or to have knowledge of in order to equip you sufficiently to answer or respond to questions, be it in your assignments or be it at an examination level. So how it is structured, this module, it has 4 essential topics. Topic 1, dealing with the concept of governance and internal audit. And you'll notice that under that particular topic, there are distinct learning units. You'll see that in the next slideshow that I'm going to present to you guys, right? So the same thing is true with topic number 2, which is on enterprise risk management, right? So topic 2 is on enterprise risk management. So what you would notice, there are learning units also that is sort of like a breakdown of this entire topic 2. And then in topic 3, it deals with organizational ethics, right? So similarly to topic 1 and topic 2, there are distinct learning units that you are also going to uncover. Then, of course, there is topic number 4, which is primarily centered on performing information technology or what they call IT-based audits. right? In practice, you would find that that is the same thing as ICT audits, right? So now moving on to the next slide show, right? So this is your detailed outline of topic number one on governance and internal audit. So the assignment question that I mentioned about that we're going to have a discussion over, which is of course assignment, the third assignment for the 2025 academic year. Question one that we're going to look into, it's centered really on this particular topic, governance and internal audit. So they will test you on governance, learning unit one, which is of course on governance codes and legislation. Learning unit two, dealing with international governance codes. Learning unit three, dealing with the role of internal audit in providing assurance on corporate governance. Now, just to give you guys a bit of a tip of an iceberg, you'll discover that within this particular topic, one should have a good background understanding of the King 4 report. Um, so that essentially means you need to ensure that you have a copy of the King 4 code as part of your resources. Um, and then number two, there are prescribed textbooks that you would see in tutorial letter 101, which the lecturers have outlined for you guys. There are three textbooks primarily that you need to have, the ones that are prescribed for this module. So there is an internal audit and introduction, which is a greenish textbook in color. And then there is performance of internal audit engagements, which is an orange textbook in color. And then the audit perspective textbook, it's bluish in color. So with the audit perspective textbook, you notice I'm going to open them as I deal with the question from the third assignment of last year. So I'll give you guys a bit of a point of reference to say these are the textbooks and this is where you get the information in that sense. So you'd notice that when you go into the audit perspective textbook, for example, which is bluish in color, it deals with this subject matter on governance and internal audit. And one of the other things that I've also noted, because I did this program that you guys are doing, the internal audit, this honors in internal audit, I did that in 2022. So what I discovered at that time, I discovered that you can also use what they call audit notes or the Jackson and Stans textbook. There are different versions of that. So the one that I still currently have and I still use even when I present classes to my students, it's the 10th edition, I think, but I believe that the latest is the 13th edition. Nothing really changed that much when I compared these different versions. But what I discovered is that the concept on corporate governance, or rather on this governance subject matter, it's there's more details you can also obtain in chapter 4 of that particular textbook. So hence, in my opinion, the other recommended textbook you can use is the Jackson and Stans, over and above the three prescribed textbooks that the lecturers recommends, or rather that they've prescribed for this particular module, right? And then moving on to the next slideshow, which is on topic two. So in topic two, there is about 4 distinct learning units. That is, of course, learning unit 4 all the way to learning unit 7. So what you discover with learning unit 2 in its entirety deals with the concept around enterprise risk management and internal audit. So one thing I can say with regards to this is that it's one of your longer topics in this particular module, number one. And number two, they heavily test on this particular concept when it comes to your assignments. Also, when it comes, especially the essay-based assignments, for that matter. But they also test it heavily, even in examination setup. You might discover that in a context of an exam, this particular concept or topic, rather, it can weigh up to 40 to 60% of the entire examination. So it's very important that one has a thorough understanding for this particular topic. So it's just a hint to you guys, right? And then going to topic number three, it deals on organizational ethics. So you'd notice when we deal with that question that we're going to look into from the third assignment, there is some bit of elements around organizational ethics that was tested there as well. And also, I think in the second assignment of that 2025 academic year, they also tested heavily with respect to this particular topic number 3 on organizational ethics. Now, another thing that is key that you need to note about this topic 3 organizational ethics is that when you look into the King 4 report, remember that the King 4 report is structured into principles, right? So you've got principle 1, principle 2, and etc. When you look into principle 2, it deals around the subject matter of organizational ethics. I'm going to show you these things as we progress later on. Yeah, but then it's important that you have an understanding around this. You can find a question around this particular topic in your MCQs as type of assignments, but you also may possibly find it in a written or an essay-based assignment setup, right? So it's important to also have a good background understanding around this. So it consists of 3 distinct learning units. That is learning units 8 all the way to learning unit number 10. And then lastly, going to the last topic number 4, performing information technology, or what they call IT-based audits. Right. So with this particular topic, guys, they also test on this one heavily. You can find it can weigh from what I've noticed from times past, it can go from 20, 30% thereabout of the entire exam. But look, these kind of structures in terms of what this particular topic or that particular topic weighs in the exam, it's something that can actually change. All right. So when I say, for instance, that, okay, guys, this particular topic can weigh from, say, for instance, 30% of the entire exam, it doesn't necessarily imply that it's going to be exactly like that for this current academic year. All right. But things can potentially change. But when I'm indicating the importance of a topic, it means that you need to give it your utmost attention. And you need to have a thorough understanding of that particular subject matter, to better equip you to respond to the questions that they will portray to you guys. So in topic number 4, there are 4 distinct learning units that you would find in that topic. So of course, they deal on the auditing in the IT environment. You also deal around the aspect of CATs, which is what we call computer assisted audit tools and techniques. Learning unit 13 dealing on the factors to be considered in the choice and the use of audit software. And lastly, learning unit number 14 that deals, of course, with corporate IT governance, right? So most of these learning units that you're seeing here, you find them in the orange textbook, is performance of internal audit engagements, right? So that's where you'd find most of that detail. So I'm just going to transition slightly just to give you guys a perspective of these textbooks, but their latest versions of these books that was released, I believe it was in 2024. So the versions I currently have, they might appear slightly older. However, they are still relevant even in this in this context. So if you have the liberty to get the most recent versions of those books, you are still really at an advantage. But even if you're still using the ones that I have, they are also quite relevant in any case, right? Because that's the exact same textbooks that I used even with my students for the previous academic year. So I'm just going to quickly open them just to show you guys. Just give me a moment to do that. So let's do this. All right, I just want to present a PDF to you. Right, I just want to quickly open one of the textbooks so that you can see what I'm referring to. Right, okay, I see there are others that are in the waiting room. Okay. It's gonna open shortly. So the one that is just opened now is the orange textbook that I was referring to, which is titled Performing Internal Audit Engagements, which is the sixth edition, but there's the most recent edition, by the way. Um, the most recent edition thereof of this very same textbook, right? So as you go through, for instance, as you go through the outline of topics, you would notice they also deal with the subject matter around IT audits, which is in chapter number 2, Information and Communications Technology, Concepts and Control Activities. So this particular chapter 2, it would be one of your points of reference with regards to topic number 4, right? On the subject around IT audits. So that's just basically what I wanted to show you from this textbook. And then there is internal audit and introduction, which is a greenish in textbook in color that I mentioned about earlier on. I'm just going to open the other one as well. So these textbooks that I've opened. Okay. Please kindly mute yourself in case you are communicating to people behind the background. Thank you. Right. Okay. Thank you. All right. So this particular textbook version, which is assurance and audit perspective, on this particular textbook, what you're going to note, which is important, I just want to quickly go to the outline of topics. You're going to learn more around the subject matter of governance, which is your first topic, right? But you would not just use primarily this textbook to, to gain comprehensive insight on what they want you to know, right? So there will be other sources of references, but you would notice some of those when you go through your study guide. They'll give reference primarily to the King 4 report, right? They'll also, give reference to other, prescribed codes. Like for example, there's one of the UK. You would notice as you go through the study guide, they'll also give reference to that when they are talking about international chords, right? And then another key thing that you also note as you navigate in this textbook, chapter number 5, it deals with the concept around organizational ethics, which is one of your primary topics in this module, right? And then chapter 7 and chapter 8, it complements chapter 2 on the subject matter of IT audits. So essentially, as you navigate in chapter 4, according to your module outline, you need to read that you need to study that rather from these two textbooks. Your Performing of Internal Audit Engagements, chapter number 2, and then the Internal Audit Perspective. I just call it like that because it's much easier for me for easy navigation and reference, really. So, but also you need to look into that chapter 7 from this text, which is chapter 7 and chapter 8 rather of the audit perspective textbook. That is with regards to IT audit, right? Right. I hope we are on the same page so far, colleagues. Hello?
Yes, we are.
Oh, okay, wonderful. All right. So I think I had given an outline with respect to chapter number 4. So I just wanted to get to the part where we talk of assignments and so. So in this module, colleagues, there are four assignments that you are going to be tested on. So you'd notice they can alternate the type of assignment that they are testing on. So sometimes it can be a structure where you have assignments 1 and assignment 2 as MCQ based type of assignments, or what you call quiz assignment. All right. But sometimes what they do, you might find like assignment 1 being an MCQ based type of an assignment or a quiz, and then the following assignment 2 being an essay based assignment. It really doesn't matter. But what is important is for one to know the fact that there are four essential assignments to note that you need to complete for the purpose of this module. All of them, they are compulsory. You need to make sure you actually submit on all of them. They all contribute something towards your year mark. Now, I need to say something about the year mark. It's important that your year mark is high. I know it will be, of course, 20% of your final mark, but that 20% is very important because it can make a huge difference, especially when it comes to your final mark. Because in the exam, suppose you were not thoroughly prepared, because the exam normally it's 80% of the final mark. Uh, you when your year mark or rather when your year mark or semester mark as they would call it is good, it can potentially to a certain extent contribute towards your final mark, right? So now here's what I need to also point out on the assignments aspect. These are essay based assignments. They are structured like exam type of questions. So in other words, you might find some of the questions might be from a previous year's academic exam. So they are exam type of assignments. So even if one is, for instance, studying to prepare for, say, for an exam, uh, some of your most reliable sources are past assignment questions and solutions, of course, just to test whether you are really within the framework of response that they want you guys to follow. That is also important, right? So important tools to use for that matter. All right, I think with regards to assignments, that's all that I would say. And then I just wanted to give you guys a bit overview of our service offering. So this is what we offer is Grad Consulting. So we offer online tutorial classes which are presented primarily online via Zoom as it were currently. And we also provide assignment assistance. We also provide exam preparatory boot camps. So these are like marathon classes, supposedly when one is about to write the exam and they want to, just ensure that they are fit enough for the exam. So there are those type of classes which we conduct towards exam time. And then we also provide one-on-one consultations, research guidelines, and professional editing. But this will be more applicable to people that are doing their master's program or their PhD programs, right? Yeah, so that's pretty much about it with regard to our service offering. I wanted to talk about our class discussion, what we're then going to practically discuss soon after this soon after this PowerPoint presentation. So we're going to look into assignment number 3 of the 2025 academic year. Our focus area in that would be your question 1, right? So I'm going to share it with you guys soon after we are done with this. I'll share it in the WhatsApp group so that you guys can have, the point of reference to that. So that's what we'll be discussing in part 2 of this seminar, right? And then, okay, I'll come back to that later. So I think for now, I want us to go to assignment 3 of the 2025 academic year. So that's what I'm going to share in the WhatsApp group, and then we can reconnect on the same links that I had shared with you guys. Because already on my side, it's showing that we're left with 6 minutes. So for me to really discuss a comprehensive question like what we have in assignment 3 of 2025 academic year, 6 minutes will not be sufficient. So hence I have divided this seminar into 2. So this particular part of first part of this seminar was more administrative in nature. Then part 2, or rather part B of the seminar, it will be more practical in nature, where I take you, of course, through a comprehensive question. So let me see, what is the time? It's 7:30. So can I say exactly by 7:33 we can reconnect again, and then I'll discuss the question with you. Thank you, guys.